Hey, what is going on, SMT Nation? It's your boy, the SMT. Glad to have you back if you're a returning subscriber and viewer. And of course, welcome to you if you are a first-time visitor. Consider subscribing and activating the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. Today we have news coming out of Verizon, tons of it. They are cooking with big-time 5G gas. And then we'll talk about DSS and what they got going on there, and then also some T-Mobile, Sprint, and SoftBank news, and some C-band stuff going on. We got tons of information. I'll get through it quickly. A lot of the details I will skip, and it will be found on Patreon. So if you're looking to become a member of the Patreon to get the access, early access to videos, extra access, additional live streams and podcasts, the link is in the description box. We also have the @SneedTech Twitter handle there in the description, and the Megadon.net invite code, the social media platform of the future. Never need another social media platform ever again. No algorithms, no ads, and no tracking. Megadon.net. All right, so let's go ahead and get things going here first with Verizon. Let's do that first. So they've got a credit card now. Talked about it yesterday in the podcast. I'll put a card here for that. Verizon is launching a credit card. It will be launching on June 26th. It's a Verizon Visa card through Synchrony Bank. Rewards and purchases of 1%, 2%, and 3%. Has a dedicated app for usage and access. Check out that if you are interested. Moving on to Verizon 5G news. DSS dynamic spectrum sharing testing trials are a success for the Big Red company. Took place in Texas and Minnesota, just like AT&T has been doing in Texas, northern Texas. Looks like similar things happening here. Also, Minnesota, one of the first locations, Minneapolis, where they launched 5G ultra wideband, so it makes total sense. Anyways, Verizon has penned deals with Ericsson and Nokia for these trials. I'm guessing they will probably look at the performance between those two and roll with the one that gives them exactly what they need. Samsung not mentioned here, but they are a player in 5G equipment. We'll see if their name pops up at a later time. The DSS technology, or dynamic spectrum sharing, basically temporarily eliminates or prolongs the refarming process, in which, spectrum will have to be decommissioned and then relaunched for 5G, which takes tons of time. There's downtime, there's money spending, and it kind of affects spectral efficiency. So Verizon can't really do a refarm of their spectrum right now, so this essentially buys them the time until they can get C-band and other new spectrum where they can actually properly conduct a decom and refarming process. So good situation for them there in that news. On Verizon wireless 5G millimeter wave news, Verizon has installed extensive hardware and deployments in Baltimore, Maryland, and I think we can expect the 5G ultra wideband service for Verizon to go live in Baltimore very, very soon, probably in the coming weeks. Aurora Insight picked up signal transmissions in the Baltimore City Center. No official word from Verizon, no related statements or comments from Big Red, but I think this means that it essentially is coming to the area. For those of you that are unaware, Verizon 5G ultra wideband is an extremely fast connection, typically 1+ gigabit per second, sometimes upward of 2 gigs per second. Not sure if what we're seeing in Baltimore is going to be the N260 39 gigahertz variation of 5G ultra wideband, or if it could be the N261 28 gigahertz. I haven't done the research on it, but either way, good to see that it continues to grow and expands. Nokia news: successfully completed C-band testing in Dallas, Texas. Speeds were consistent, stable, and settled around 1+ gigabit per second speed. C-band is the mid-band spectrum of 3.7 to 4.2 gigahertz. Expect a H1 2021 deployment of the spectrum and said hardware. In other news with C-band, the stacey Circuit of Courts has denied the motion to delay C-band accelerated actions beginning December 8th, 2020 as a go. 5G lifeblood, new mid-band spectrum for consumers of wireless, something we really, really do need, something we sorely need. Looks like that's going to go ahead. They have the green light to go. And the last little bit of news here, this one coming out of SoftBank, the parent company and majority stakeholder of the former Sprint Wireless company. They are moving forward with a $21 billion sale of shares in the new combined T-Mobile company. The unloading of the shares in T-Mobile is also going to be accompanied by a 5% sale in its SoftBank Wireless company. many of SoftBank's assets and investments are either failing or underperforming to a great extent. Masayoshi Son is pivoting in the current economic environment, and I think it's smart to do so. He was quoted as saying SoftBank needs to enhance its cash reserves, citing global and local economies struggling and the pandemic. I think this pretty much confirms that SoftBank is mostly out of the wireless business, as they will retain only a 9% stakehold in the new T-Mobile. Marcelo personally will be purchasing $5 million shares from SoftBank in this move. He could probably go ahead and use all of that merger bonus that he received from the closing of the T-Mobile and Sprint merger, create more generational wealth for him and his family, as his former staff gets kind of slain by the job eliminations, the cuts and the firings at the new T-Mobile. So fun times. There are more details on the Patreon page for all of these stories if you are looking for a more in-depth scope on all of these things that are T-Mobile, Sprint, SoftBank, and Verizon related. Anyways, you guys tell me what you think of these quick little hit news items. I didn't want this to be too long. I wanted to just get it all, and you guys can find more details on the Patreon page on all of these stories. Become a member, support, donate, and be a part of that community. Anyways, if you found this video informative and you enjoyed it, please do hit the like button. Share it to your favorite social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, however you do things, please do share it. That does help the channel out quite a bit. And just a reminder, if you're new, go ahead and subscribe and activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. And I think what we'll do is we will hashtag SoftBank, since we don't often get to talk about parent companies and ownership groups. So hashtag SoftBank for today. And again, thank you guys for watching. Here are some other videos for you to check out if you're interested in doing so. You're not ready to leave the channel. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I am the SMT, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.